these are my personal recommendations of great gift ideas. And as the title suggests, these are a few of my favorite things. So, with that introduction out of the way, that's a knife. Welcome in, Aiden. Actually, that gives me a good idea. I wasn't going to include this originally, just because I know some people, and especially some streaming servers, can get a bit cagey about that sort of thing. But since you brought it up, ADC is important, and so we will get to that. I do have a few fairly straightforward recommendations as far as knives and cutlery. Something that most people would use in their everyday lives. Nothing too big. Nothing too nothing too outlandish. But let's get the game capture. No, window capture. We need window capture. There we are. And let's see, we will resize this to fit to the screen. Excellent. So, we start off with menswear. Those of you who have followed the stream for quite some time, you know I'm a bit of a clothes horse, bit of an aficionado of men's fashion. And so we start with some fantastic recommendations. I can't say enough good things about Charles Turret of Jermyn Street in London. I've actually been to their main shop there on Jermyn Street when I was in London. It's a fantastic boutique. Actually, it's more than a boutique. It spans a couple of floors, so it's quite an extensive shop. With lots of great things to choose from for the gentleman in your life, or even something that you just want to get for yourself. They several years back, I think about 10, 15 years ago, they started advertising outside of the United Kingdom in publications like the Wall Street Journal and other places. This was what really put them on the map, was their shirts. And Turret can be a bit of a difficult name because of all these, the silent W and the silent H and all. So if you need to get to their website, the easiest way is to just type in ctshirts.com. ctshirts.com. Or you can just try and Google the name. It'll probably come up. But they usually have like a multi-buy pack of shirts where you can get... I think you can still get about 3 or 4 shirts for about 200 US, which is really not bad for what you get. They have a few that do need to be ironed. I personally recommend the non-iron dress shirts that they have. Fantastic quality. They wash easily, they dry easily, and they will stay in your wardrobe for many years. I would suggest starting off with a light blue, a sky blue, like what you see here, and also the classic white. You can also mix it up with a bit of a light pink. That's always a good color to go with. These gingham shirts, I personally love gingham patterns, and any chance I can get to to have different colors in a gingham pattern, I jump on it, or try to anyway. Charles Tillett, famous for their 2-button barrel cuff, which is really all you need, especially to start off with. I would not suggest getting something like a French cuff. It's too easy to lose your cufflinks, and that's another expense involved. And especially for somebody who is, perhaps they're just starting out, building a more formal or business class wardrobe. This is really what you want, button cuffs. They're just easier to take care of, and honestly, they look good even in more formal settings. They've also got other patterns like this grid check here. This is very smart looking, as we see here on this gentleman who's modeling the shirt. Very timeless pattern. It looked good 30, 40, 50 years ago. Looks good today. It'll look good tomorrow. This is also something else I'm quite fond of. I personally, aside from gingham check patterns, I also adore the Prince of Wales check pattern. I've got this lovely bespoke jacket, a suit jacket, that is done in a black and white Prince of Wales check pattern. It is one of the crown jewels of my collection of suits, and I wear it on very special occasions. It is absolutely wonderful, and I adore Prince of Wales check patterns, and it looks wonderful in this light blue. Let's see if it... this is also... Yes, this is also good in this ocean blue pattern with this very light yellow cross-pattern stripe mixed in as well. As far as the weight of the shirt, and yes, that is something that you do have to consider, is the weight of the fabric itself. I mean, twills are all right. I would say stick with Oxfords. Oxford shirts tend to be kind of the middle of the road. They're not too light, like broadcloth fabric, but they're also not too heavy either. And that tends to be twill and poplin and Oxford are the primary fabric weights that Charles Tillett deals with when it comes to their dress shirts. I would say go for either pinpoint or semi-spread collar like what we see here. The button-down collars, although they are convenient, you don't have to keep track of collar stays. It is a bit more casual of a shirt. It's a bit more of a casual look. Whereas the type of semi-spread collar we see here with this gingham shirt, with a lot of these dress shirts, that tends to suit almost all occasions, both business casual and also more formal business attire. And I would say if you find yourself getting shirts with these types of traditional collars, make sure that you invest in good quality collar stays. Thankfully, with Charles Tillett, with each one of their shirts, they come with a pair of brass collar stays, which I think is absolutely brilliant. I would say brass is good, though it does tend to tarnish after a while. Though if you like that sort of patina to it, I mean, I suppose that's all right. I would personally recommend getting stainless steel collar stays, and you can get those on Amazon. But yes, brass or stainless steel color stays for proper collared shirts. Some other things, they do have more casual wear. Such as the classic polo shirt, available in long sleeve and also short sleeve. Again, if you buy multiple polo shirts, you do get some savings. A multi-buy will get you can buy these for $64.75 rather than $109, which can be rather, I mean, that is rather expensive. There's no question about that. Available in a variety of sizes. Something else to keep in mind if you have never shopped for dress shirts, it doesn't quite work in the traditional sense of the small, medium, large, XL, 2XL, etc. You do need to know your sizing. I would avoid the slim and extra slim fit nonsense and just go for a classic fit. It's what your father was wearing, it's what your granddad was wearing, it's what your great-granddad was wearing. And it's what you should be wearing as well. Slim fit and extra slim fit only suits a certain segment of the population. Most people are best suited to a classic fit. You will need to measure your collar size around your neck. You will also need to measure your sleeve length from your shoulder, from the top of your shoulder, down to your wrist. And once you have that, whether it be in inches or centimeters, that is, take that and try and approximate, or get as close as you can, to collar size and sleeve length. It's okay to perhaps be an inch shorter than normal with the sleeve length. Collar size, though, if you happen to be between a certain collar size here, probably best to just size up and give yourself a little extra breathing room there in the neck. Now, something else I can recommend from Charles Tillett. Their line of classic fit suits. I saw many a young gentleman walking out of Paddington Station carrying a garment bag that was marked Charles Tillett. It looked like they had just gotten themselves some brand new suits, probably about to go off in the world, get themselves a proper office job, and make their way through the professional world, as it were. Or maybe they were just dressing up for a special occasion, who knows. But the prices are rather competitive. They've got shark skin suits for about $649. It is rather expensive, yes or no? They do, however, have natural stretch twill suits down here for about $3.99. They're running sales on that. Their performance suits are also really good. And they've got one here in indigo blue. Their performance suits resist wrinkling. I believe the stretch twill suits are also wrinkle resistant. But definitely get yourself a proper wooden hanger for suits and store these in garment bags in your closet whenever you do get them. This is something that you will need to... Let's just take a look at this. Like this classic navy here. Again, go for a classic fit. Give yourself some room. Give yourself some breathing room. You will need to know your chest circumference. So this is measuring right around underneath the armpit, around your chest, around your back. And they have sizes all the way up to size 50 regular. Anything bigger, and you're probably going to have to look at big and tall retailers, or perhaps look at getting something bespoke or made to measure. They've also got a variety of different trousers, be they chinos or whatever. Definitely take a look at their sweaters. They've also got some really good outerwear. Like, let's look at their overcoats here. again, these are rather pricey, but for a man, you're probably going to have like one overcoat. And it's definitely worth paying for quality. And Charles Tillett tends to hit that sweet spot between something that is manageable for most budgets, but is also high quality. I mean, I've got Charles Tillett shirts in my closet that, gosh, I think I've had them for close to 10 years now. They've just, they last and last and last. And I personally adore them. Some of the most comfortable dress shirts I've ever had. And I am in the market for some new suits, so I should very much like to get my next few suits from either Charles Tillett, or just have them tailored. Just go to a tailor and have them either made to measure or bespoke. But yes, lovely overcoats. Make sure that you get them maybe a size bigger than your suit jacket, because these are traditionally meant to be worn over a suit. Which that does remind me, talking of outerwear, let me go over to another brand that I highly recommend, and that's London Fog. For your traditional double-breasted trench coats, London Fog. Can't say enough good things about them. They've also got these Officer's Pea coats that are just absolutely the business. This single-breasted wool jacket is really smart, and for $168, the price is just right. And I believe you even get a free scarf with it, too. Charles Tillett's necktie collection. Fantastic selection, always. These spot silk ties come in a variety of different colors. You've got this sky and French blue pattern here. Love this. May actually be buying this tie fairly soon. I don't have one like it. They've also got a pink and navy. Petrol blue. Very reminiscent of something that Churchill used to wear. There's this dark green. Again, very smart. And then basic black. Striped ties, also a good choice if you're looking to get the man in your life a tie. This French blue and camo color scheme here is a good timeless design. This will go quite well with most anything. And then you've also got grenadine ties. If you have to get a plain necktie, I would say go for something that's either a grenadine or faux grenadine pattern or weave, because it gives a bit of texture. In too many department stores, especially here in America, I've noticed, in the menswear section, they tend to put out these solid colored silk ties. And I'm sorry, they make you look like you're ready to go to prom or you're working as a valet in a car park. Don't do that. Don't wear those ties. Do not buy those ties. Get yourself, if you have to get something that is solid colored, get a grenadine weave or faux grenadine weave, because actual grenadine weave ties can be a bit delicate and also expensive. See, we've got examples here of solid colored ties made of pure silk in navy and burgundy red. excellent staples in a man's wardrobe of ties. And at $49, if you buy just the one, $34 in a multi-buy, that is one of the best deals and continues to be one of the best deals in the market right now. This is also rather smart and coming back into style, these sort of medallion printed patterns on ties. They sort of went a bit out of fashion, I think, in the 2000s perhaps, and into the 2010s. But they were always considered fairly fashionable, going back to the 90s, to a certain extent in the 80s, and especially in the 70s and 60s. There's something rather timeless about this, that it looks really good. And honestly, these reds here, they do remind me of poppies, just a little bit, or maybe like a Tudor, well, maybe a Tudor rose. I don't know, but definitely a resemblance to poppies there. I like that. This is one that's been a kind of a mainstay of Charles Turret's lineup of neckties, and that is the fleur-de-lis pattern. And they've always had an offering in French blue, which I actually have one of these ties, and it's beautiful. Very elegant, almost regal pattern. And then they also have it available in this color called berry, which is this sort of deep, almost wine red, with the fleur-de-lis in sky blue. And this is one of the tricks to a gentleman's wardrobe, Chad. You may only have a few suits and a few different shirts to choose from, but if you have additional ties you can choose from, it gives more variety to your wardrobe. Makes you look like you have more clothes than you actually do. So definitely load up on as many neckties as you can. If you happen to be a fan of the Lions, there's a tie for you. And then we have this interesting blend here of stripes and a grenadine weave. Normally I would say pick one or the other, but in this case it works. The trick with striped ties is to get the stripes to match between the Windsor knot and the actual blade of the tie. That can be a bit tricky too, especially if you've only recently learned how to tie a tie. But note here, even with this solid color lemon yellow, there's texture to it. And that's what you want to look for, is some sort of texture to keep it from being a bit too bland, you know? And also consider investing in a tie clip. If gold is your thing, fine, but most people would probably prefer to go with silver. So many fantastic choices. And most of them are at about $34 or $64 in a multi-buy. Something else to consider. It doesn't look as smart as, say, a suit from Charles Tillet, but these are quite practical from Land's End. These are washable wool, 2-button, tailored fit suit jackets. If you've got your size, they go up to size 48. These are normally with suits, both the trousers and especially the jacket, you cannot put them in the wash. With this jacket, you can. That's one of the reasons it becomes very practical. Mind you, there's a lot of synthetic fabrics going on here, hence why it is machine washable. So just bear that in mind. It's not going to be as breathable as, say, a wool suit or a wool and cashmere blend suit. A proper wool suit will breathe properly all around. This, however, can start to feel a bit hot after a while. Just because it is commonly accepted knowledge that synthetic fabrics tend not to breathe at all, or very little. Another place to consider, particularly for their dress shirts, is Paul Frederick. True to their advertisements, they have incredibly smart-looking dress shirts for not a lot of money. $87 for one dress shirt. And I would, again, recommend classic fit. Make sure you know your neck size and your sleeve length. Although being an American company, they tend to have rather poor and tacky choices in terms of coloring. Many of these I would strongly advise against. I don't know what they're thinking. This is not bad. And this cobalt blue. This purple grid check. That's smart. This green, also very nice. Not really... It takes a certain person and personality to be able to pull off these stripes, especially what would be known as Bengal stripes. They're a rather bold choice, and I would say if you're shopping for someone, make sure that you get something that's more, I guess, elegant, clean, understated. There's no reason to be so bold and shouty. To me, that just seems like, I guess it's the British in me, it just seems like they're overcompensating for something. Or they've got some sort of inferiority complex. But a few good choices here. And again, these are non-iron cotton dress shirts. No, just no. So you don't have to worry about ironing them. Just wash them, dry them, hang them up as soon as they're dry. And off you go. Continuing on with the theme of neckties, one of my favorite makers of neckties is Benson and Clegg. I was so disappointed to find that their location in Piccadilly is now closed. I don't know what took the place of it, but they've always been more of a maker of accessories. Like they've got these fantastic button sets. Like say you've got a navy blazer. They've got these fantastic button sets that would just look so lovely on them. Especially love the 3 Lions of Ashoka and the Duke's Coronet. And for you Americans, they've also got an American Eagle. Those of you who are attorneys or solicitors, symbol of Lady Justice. Oh, and this is rather nice here, the East India Company in antique silver. We also got a Duchess's coronet, though that would probably look a bit odd on menswear. But here is the big reason we came to look at the Benson & Clegg website. Their neckties. They've got some of the best neckties in the world. Hand on heart, full stop. I love my Benson & Clegg ties. And you know who else wears Benson & Clegg? James Bond. Yeah. Sir Roger Moore, when he was portraying James Bond, several of his ties were from Benson & Clegg. They've got a lot of military and regimental ties, a lot of university and college ties, imperial historical ties. We can probably... Like, we've got these classic ties here. Some of these are rather bold choices, but they still look fantastic. Westbourne. Classic. The Fleet Stripe. Leicester Stripe. Columbia. These aren't bad either, with these stripes and shields. With navy and gold, and also navy and light blue. And then I quite like these too, these stripes with the crown. Oh yes, and maybe you're, well, it's sold out now, but maybe you're not a member of Bullingdon Club, but you'd love to dress like them. They do have the Bullingdon Club rep tie. See what else they've got. Most of the items toward the bottom are going to be sold out. They've also got these fantastic military and regimental ties, so perhaps if you were in military service yourself, or perhaps you know someone who was in military service, particularly in the different UK branches, they do offer replacement ties. I must say, I do love this design for the RAF. There's just something so simple yet so smart about it. Beautiful. And not a bad price either. For something that is made in the UK, $81. That's not bad at all. Lots to choose from. This is a classic pattern you've seen with everyone from Benson & Clegg to Brooks Brothers in New York, the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders pattern. Lovely. So many to choose from here. Slight variant here with the Dragoon Guards tie. Let's see what we have with... I think this is just... Oh yes, these are old Imperial style ties. And then we've also got ones for different universities and colleges. Perhaps somebody you know who is an alumni of the University of Wales or the LSE, that's the London School of Economics, for those of you who are wondering. Also the University of London. And they've also got King's College and London Hospital. They used to have a lot more. I know at one point they had a few ties for Cambridge and Oxford, but it looks like they've stopped making those now. Now this beautiful, bold striped tie pattern, very similar to the one you'd see for London University, but it's for Balliol College of Oxford. Um, navy and purple stripes. It's quite beautiful. Again, for neckwear, I would say Ben Silver of Charleston, South Carolina. They also have other offerings, tailored clothing, dress shirts. I think the neckwear, though, really is just fantastic. A few of my personal favorites. Go ahead and open these up in new tabs. The Royal Arms of England. We can zoom in a little bit on this. Wonderful, classic pattern for the tie. Mind you, though, Ben Silver, much more expensive, about $165 per tie. So if you're looking for something extra special and you've got the budget for it, just kind of prepare yourself for a sticker shock. The Shield of the City of London. Maybe you know someone who lives in London. Maybe they were born and raised there. Maybe they've long since left London, but they still have such fond memories and love the city, as I do. Perfect gift idea. Again, prepare for a little bit of a sticker shock, but something extra special. And, you know, maybe you just wanted to get like one really special prezi for them. A City of London crested tie from Ben Silver. Perfect. And here's something else. For those who, for those of us who are quite Scottish, it's quite Scottish, we'll say, the image of the Scottish thistle. One of those heartwarming images. And embroidered so lovingly in this red tie. Especially paired up with a white dress shirt like this. And perhaps a light grey or charcoal suit. Or even a navy suit, for that matter. Amazing ensemble that would make. And also, we've got a tie, a symbol of the British Olympiads. Oh, that looks really sharp. I do like that. For the sport fan in your life, or someone who's just, like myself, proud to be British. Now, we've seen some rather expensive examples of neckties. Now I'd like to show you some much more reasonably priced ones. And these are from the tiebar.com. They're an outfit based out of Chicago. Lovely, solid, and patterned ties. Really good prices. $28 for a tie. That is not bad at all. And it is a really good quality tie. Perhaps you are on a bit of a budget and you can't really afford the traditional Brooks Brothers rep stripes. The tie bar's got you covered here. $28. And you've got various colors to choose from. I've also got these lovely dot pattern ties. Again, really sharp. paired up with a tie slide, a tie bar, you will absolutely look the business. They've got a few other ones, floral patterns and everything. These, I don't know, these tend to look a bit foppish to me. Solid colours, hard to go wrong with that. They've also got herringbone, weave ties. Close up of the pattern there, sort of a zigzaggy pattern. Many different choices here. And all of them at just the right price. Now, we mentioned Brooks Brothers. They are an institution of sorts, especially in America. They have come to define the New England prep look, which is sort of taken from the, I guess you could call it the Oxbridge look. One of those looks, along with like dark academia and the like, that and old money style, that just, again, looked good yesterday, looks good today, will look good tomorrow. They are, I would say, go with a traditional fit if you're shopping around for dress shirts. Came on rather quickly. I'll turn that down. There we go. They have everything from tuxedo shirts to dress shirts. A bit pricey, but when you buy 3 or more, you get 30% off, so that helps a little bit. And they do have them in the non-iron pinpoint Oxford, which hits that perfect sweet spot as far as thickness of fabric and thickness of weave, and just the right sort of collar to put on a necktie. And looks like, yes, they've also got collabs with Thomas Mason. You can also see some examples of the ties that are on offer from Brooks Brothers, which I'm actually quite surprised as of late. What are their prices on? Yeah, normally about $100 per tie, but especially around this time of year, you can find them for much more reasonable price. Like some of their rep patterns, $68.95. That's really not bad for a classic stripe pattern tie that they've had in their stable for generations now. And they do have the Argyle and Sutherland rep ties in a variety of different color schemes. Not just the old Highlanders color pattern, but they've also got them in these sort of red and blue and gold. Inverted with more blue. And they also have one with this navy and gold. That's also rather smart. And $68.95, that's really not a bad price. For something that has been seen draped around the neck of even actors like Tom Selleck in his most recent show that he was doing, Blue Bloods. You may see him as the police commissioner, Frank Reagan. Very often in the scenes that I've seen him acting in, he's wearing an Argyle and Sutherland rep tie, and I believe it's from Brooks Brothers. Now, all of this talk about suits and shirts and ties, well, we've gone from tip to toes, and now footwear recommendations. On the high end, highly recommend Crockett & Jones. They are they make some of the best shoes in the world. Everyone from the urban gentry to other fashion influencers have a lot of great things to say about Crockett & Jones. So do the makers of the James Bond films. In fact, I think throughout much of the second half of the Daniel Craig era, he was wearing Crockett and Jones shoes after years of wearing shoes from churches. Chukka boots are the sort of thing that are good all year round, and they wear extremely well in both dress and casual settings. With Crockett & Jones, they have them in a variety of different soles. They have classic leather soles. They've also got rubber soles made of day-night or city rubber. I would say go with a rubber sole because you want traction, especially on slippery, rainy days. If you're wearing, and anyone who has, like myself, worn leather-soled shoes on a rainy day, or walking on a hard, polished tile surface, I'm sure you will agree with me, speaking from experience, you have near zero traction. And God help you if you try to wear those types of shoes whenever there's snow and ice on the ground. You are practically begging to have a slip and fall incident and hurt yourself. So, strongly recommend, in the strongest possible terms, rubber soles for your Chukka boots. Even better if you can get them in Vibram cleated. A bit more casual of a look, but you will have traction whenever you walk around. A smart, elegant look is nothing without some measure of safety. A good pair of polished men's loafers. Let's filter out the leather soles and let's go with rubber soles. These are what's known as penny loafers, because you can actually slip a penny into this little slot here. Something in black, either dark or a light chestnut brown. Again, these have looked good for generations, for well over 100 years now. They'll look good for you today and tomorrow. With Crockett & Jones, extremely pricey, but they will last forever. They will absolutely last forever. Who knows, you might be... whoever you give these to, if you give them to yourself, they will be able to be passed down to your sons, possibly even your grandsons. And I believe, even with the rubber sole, those can be replaced. Very similar to leather soles. Right, moving on. Chelsea boots. Something else that looks good yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Again, leather soles. No, no, no. Go for rubber sole. Even better, Vibram cleated. They still look good with Vibram cleats, even if you're wearing a suit. And you will have lots and lots of traction. A pair in black, a pair in brown. I don't know if I would go with the suede myself, just because that requires a lot of extra special care. A good polished calf leather. No broguing, please. As they say in Kingsman, Oxford's not brogues. Something simple, like this. That's what you want. And then, again, talking of Oxfords, not brogues, the Oxford shoes. They are fantastic. And we have a few examples here. We did. Ah, here we are. Pair brown shoes, pair black shoes, but especially if you can find them. Worth every penny. These are what's known as whole-cut Oxfords. It is an entire piece of calf leather, one single piece. Whereas with most other Oxfords, it would be made out of multiple pieces. Whole-cut is one single piece of leather. There's a very just minimalist and very elegant look to this. The sort of shoes that would look fantastic with a business suit or even a tuxedo. And then finally, for those who don't like fiddling with laces, monk strap shoes. I'm actually quite fond of monk straps and prefer them over Oxfords. They've got several fantastic choices here with the double monk straps. Again, these are very expensive shoes, but they could potentially be the last shoes you'll ever buy, because it's all you need. Now, going for maximum comfort and something that's a bit more budget conscious, Skechers actually makes men's dress shoes, the Rylan SR. And honestly, people are not going to be staring at your feet the entire time. No visible markings that these are from Skechers, except, you know, maybe on the sole here. But they are relaxed fit, slip resistant, meaning there's lots and lots of grip, lots and lots of traction. And at $95, available in a variety of sizes and medium width, it's hard to go wrong. And even better, memory foam insoles. I think this is a fantastic buy for $95, chat. And for anybody who needs to maybe get a bit dressed up, either in a business casual or business suit attire type setting, they would greatly appreciate a smart looking pair of Oxford shoes like this that also place an emphasis on comfort and on having plenty of grip. Something a bit more casual. The Caswell Frantone. You can see a demonstration video here. These are part of the Skechers Slip-Ins collection. Very easy to slip your foot in and just go. Excellent for business casual attire. And the Skechers, they're quite comfortable. And Skechers also has Chelsea boots. The Miller Boris, $85, available in a variety of sizes and a medium width. Now we're going to move over to EDC. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Okay. Yes, there we go. If you go to lordrexworth.store, that's lordrexworth.store, you will find that I myself am an Exeter affiliate. Exeter wallets, I love these things. Honestly, it has... I've had an Exeter card holder in previous years and just recently upgraded to the Card Holder Pro. Mine is in a midnight blue. It's an all-metal construction. Quick access to multiple cards that get fanned out automatically. Layers that block RFID, so you don't have to worry about people trying to skim your cards. Made from 100% recycled aluminium. And you can also customize your add-ons. You've got the strap here that you can slide in some cash. Over on the other side, there's this back plate here where you can store additional cards. Just a little over a ½ inch thick. Holds up to 14 cards and also bills. And you can also have it fitted with a tracker card. You can even have a money clip built in. It is an absolutely fantastic wallet. If you're looking for something maybe a touch more traditional, this used to be known as the Parliament wallet. It takes the classic card holder shape and fits it into a leather billfold style. Doesn't hold as many cards. But it does have extra flaps here, you know, so you can put your driving license or, you know, your Metro card, be it like a Suica, Passmo, or maybe your Oyster card or something like that in there. Also has room to fit a tracker card. And if you catch it on sale, like what's going on right now with Exeter, $67 for a really nice and really smart-looking wallet. There are some people who say this is the sort of wallet that James Bond would use, and I quite agree. It is a clever bit of kit. Lovely colors to choose from. Brown, Napa black. There's this nice juniper green, kind of a distressed, earthy green color. A steel blue. Also got caramel. Onyx gray. That's a different one. You don't see that too often. And then navy. One of my favorites. They've also got other things to choose from at Exeter. You can actually add in what's known as a tool card. It's got 5-inch wrenches. You can turn it into a phone stand. It's also got a flathead screwdriver on one corner, box opener, bottle opener, and also metric and imperial rulers. And it just slides right in to your Exeter wallet. Exeter wallets are primarily meant for those who either carry very little or no cash on them, like I do. However, if you find yourself out and about and you need to keep some cash on you, they've got you covered here with the Exeter cash clip. Some people opt to have the cash clip built right into their Exeter wallet. Some people don't like the way that sometimes some people have complained that that particular add-on can snag on your trouser pocket. I would say just get a separate money clip like this one from Exeter. They also have bags. We saw these here just moments ago. The Grid backpack has actually won a design award for 2024. But it's nice and tough. I'm normally not one to use backpacks, but if you yourself make use of backpacks quite often, this might be worth consideration here. And not a bad price for something so rugged, $180. They've also got special travel kits. There's the Weekender duffel bag. Even has room to slip in your shoes. You can get a little bit of perspective there on how big it is. Now, it's a good weekender type bag. In case you find yourself having to dash off on a quick trip on the weekend. I actually have the Exeter laptop sleeve for my work laptop, and I love it. Everything you need and nothing you don't. Perfect fit for my laptop, which is 13 inches. If you are a photographer and you carry a camera around, definitely look at the Camera Cube. Got a really nice tech case here. We also have if you find yourself using AirPods, they've got a case for you as well. This Grid duffel backpack is 43 liters, and you can carry it around as a duffel bag, or you can put it on your back as a backpack. Depending on the airline, it may qualify as a carry-on. But you can see here, with this demonstration video, it holds a lot. Travel documents, laptop. Splits open like so. So many different pockets. Roll up all your clothes. Put in a pair of shoes. It holds a lot. You get a lot for $236. This is also a really smart bit of kit. The Travel Pack vacuum bag. You will absolutely need to get the air pump as well. A really smart bit of organizing here. Or you can use a handheld vacuum. A bit expensive, but as we can see so far, the reviews are in, and people tend to like it. 4.5 stars. Now, moving on to other types of EDC. Bellroy. A company out of Australia. Really made a splash with their wallets. I am quite fond of their travel wallet, which has RFID blocking technology. It can also hold your passport, your boarding pass, and currency from most countries. We see here examples where we've got US dollars and euros. And also holds several cards. Even has room for a SIM card and SIM card remover tool. And even has a small pen to fill out customs forms. Something else I also recommend, the Travel Folio, which has RFID blocking technology. You can carry multiple passports here. Along with extra cash, pen for customs forms, SIM card. Holds all of that. $159, worth every penny. Excellent travel wallet. And zips close. That way you don't risk dropping things in transit. They also have phone cases for iPhone, Pixel, and Samsung smartphones. If you're like me and you use a Samsung, they've got standard leather cases. And they've also got phone pockets. Now, for the jet setter in your life, Travel Pro. Nobody else even comes close in terms of quality, ruggedness, fairly decent price point. I would say don't bother with hard side luggage. Go straight to the Platinum Elite. It's all you need. I myself have a Platinum Elite carry-on and also a shoulder bag. They've got built-in locks in some of the larger models. I would recommend, for short trips or for ones where you don't want to have to check luggage, get yourself a expandable spinner in carry-on size. Which is this one here. They've got in a variety of different colors. Great storage options. You can also put in a rechargeable power bank off to the side and then plug it in and then just plug in your bag. They've got a built-in toiletry bag, different pouches to put things in. They've also got a removable suiter. So in case you need to bring a suit jacket and trousers with you, you can fold it up in that and stick it in this zippered pouch here. I would say if you wanted to build a proper set of luggage, get that and also get the large check-in spinner. Expensive, but these things will just last you for years and years and years. And you can see here, built-in suiter. Plenty of space for a long journey. And then they also have these soft duffel and weekender bags. They've got the standard one here. I've actually got this one, and I love it. It could expand ever so slightly. Water resistant. Pockets everywhere. Slots for a laptop or other tablet or other devices. And then I've also got this drop bottom weekender bag where you can fit a pair of shoes in. If you're traveling for a long journey, take the large expandable spinner and get yourself a Platinum Elite soft duffel. And then for shorter hops, get the carry-on expandable spinner. Those three would make the perfect set of luggage for any world traveler. And then customize them. With luggage tags from Airport Tag. They've got some funny ones, including a Lionel Richie collab. On this one, you won't look good in my clothes. Haven't been everywhere, but it's on my list. Flying is my second favorite F word. Can't touch this. You can have your name on there. Greg, this is your bag! Keep calm, it's a carry-on. Do I look like I fly economy? It's not worth stealing, trust me. This is not your black suitcase. Then they also got Pan Am collabs. I do rather like this first class tag. I actually have one of these. Not all who wander are lost. Oh, Greg, thank God you found me. I was starting to get dizzy. Oh, Greg, it's me. And stuff my mum told me not to forget. You get the idea. airporttag.com. Including a set for the Mr. and Mrs. Other bags to consider. I'm quite fond of satchels. They have things for women, satchel-style handbags, but they've also got really smart looking executive style bags, including this twin pocket satchel, available in black, what's known as a Marsala red, almost a brown color, and then British Racing green. I'm actually proud to say that I've got this one. This is the one that I use in my everyday professional life. And they have them in multiple sizes, 14.5 inch, 16 inch, and 17.5 inch. I got the biggest one just because I've got a fairly large personal laptop. It's just one large pouch in there, but it holds a lot. Also has a shoulder strap if you need it. I usually just carry it by the handle. And it's got these two really secure straps here that keep everything in place. I've had catches fail on me with attaché cases and messenger bags and just had the things come flying open on me. This is simpler. It's a bit trickier to get into, but it holds up a lot better over time. And for something that is handmade for $270, you are getting a lot for your money here. They take a while to get made. They take a while to get to you, depending on where you live. But possibly one of the best bags I've ever had in my entire life. Now, we live in a digital age, chat. There's really not much need or use for these anymore, but I have found in my personal experience it's one of those things better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And that is a good writing instrument, a pen. Personally, I am quite fond of Parker pens. The Parker IM collection is really, really good. I prefer the Parker IM Rollerball in black ink. And they are available on Amazon with Prime shipping for about $30 or less. The same for the famous Parker Jotter. Any of you who have seen the James Bond film GoldenEye will remember this Parker Jotter being issued to Bond by Q Branch. And a couple of clicks, and it arms a grenade. And you just toss it. And boom. Boom goes the dynamite. They have them available in a variety of different color schemes. and sizes. They have them in the regular Jota, which is a little bit smaller, and then they've got the XL, which I rather like. It's a larger size, and yeah, I don't know, it feels better in the hand than the regular Parker Jota. Again, one of those offerings that's available on Amazon for about probably $20 US at most. But you will have a refillable pen that will last you for years and years and years. Now, moving on, Aiden mentioned knives. For some of us men, that's part of our EDC. I like to carry a small pocket knife with me, just in case I need, you know, a blade or a quick pair of scissors to maybe, you know, cut away a loose thread, or get into a package from, you know, Amazon or CDW or, you know, whatever. So in that case, a small little penknife from Victorinox. Something like the Alox will be more than adequate. And this silvery finish one for $34. Perfect. You've also got the Rally version. It's got screwdriver, bottle opener, nail file, set of tweezers on it. They even have some that also have a flashlight. Variety of different price points. $18 for the Rally. SD Alox, $34. The Rambler, $35. Another excellent choice here. But something else to consider. The Swiss card. The classic Swiss card is $45 and has multiple different tools to choose from. They've got a small blade, scissors, nail file, screwdriver, ruler, pin, tweezers, toothpick, ballpoint pen, emergency blade, and nail file. $45 for something that just slips into your pocket easily. And available in 3 colors. And then they've also got the Swiss Card Lite. That has most of what you would see in the regular Swiss card, but also includes a magnifying glass and an LED flashlight. Then they've also got the Swiss Card Nail Care, winner of the Red Dot Design Award in 2015. That includes a nail file. For most people, if you're not out in the wilderness or in some sort of wartime setting, a Swiss card or a small Swiss Army knife is all you need. Now, they also have their response to Exeter in the form of a smart card wallet, where a lot of these Swiss card features are integrated into a smart wallet where you just push on that trigger and out pops your cards. But you also get small blade, scissors, nail file, tweezers, ballpoint pen, etc. $100, more expensive than the Exeter to be sure. Thing to keep in mind though, if you're traveling a lot like I do, very often you have to either put these sorts of things into your checked bag or just leave them behind, like I did. I had to leave my Swiss Army knife behind when I was traveling because no way was I going to get through security. It would be confiscated and at the very least would get me a very stern talking to from the TSA. So maybe skip the smart card wallet and opt for a small Swiss Army knife or a Swiss card that whenever you're traveling, leave it at home. Just leave it at home. Trust me. Part of a man's EDC is the wristwatch. And you know me, I do love me some watches. Which is why I am so proud to... I'm not getting paid for this, but I will shill all day long for Christopher Ward. Some of the finest watches that I've ever seen. They could charge thousands more than what they do now, but they don't. They are cost times 3 for each of their watches. Very competitive price point, and you're getting a watch that does punch above its weight and can compete with the fancier Swiss brands like your Rolexes and Omegas. They are designed in England and manufactured in Switzerland. Hence the dual cross logo, or dual flag logo. You've got on the left the flag of England, on the right the flag of Switzerland. If you're in the market for a dive watch, the Trident Pro 300. They start at £750. With a bracelet, you'll probably pay closer to $800, maybe $1,000 US. They have, well, let's just take a look at some of these. The Trident series is an absolute classic. If you're looking for just a good, solid, traditional type dive watch, I would say get a Trident Pro 300 in 38 millimeters. They have them available in a variety of different color schemes. Go for the 38. Go for something in... I mean, these 3 colors, just the basics of all you need here. Looks lovely in blue, very smart in black. This is eerily reminiscent of what you would find with an Omega. Only you're not going to be paying Omega price tag. They have a variety of different bracelets to choose from and straps. This is an example of their multi-link consort bracelet. I'm more fond of the Bada bracelet. $1,000, and you've got yourself a really lovely watch that just goes with almost anything. They've also got the Lumiere version in titanium with these gigantic blocks of lume. But it is made of titanium, hence the higher price tag. But man, look how that glows in the dark. And then they also have a GMT version of the Trident, which is my personal recommendation if you are going to get a diver-style watch. Most people don't really have a use for a diver's bezel, except maybe to act as a timer. But then again, most people probably wouldn't think of using that as a timer. Beautiful color schemes. I have tended to nickname these the Pan Am dials, just because they remind me so much of the color scheme of Pan American World Airways. You can get it in an Aquaflex rubber. You can also get it with a Consort bracelet. I would say go with the Bada bracelet because it's got much more micro adjustments available to you on the clasp, so you can do sort of on-the-fly adjustments compared to the Consort bracelet, which has got a butterfly clasp. You can only adjust so far. The Bada bracelet, a bit more rugged. Consort bracelet has got shiny bits that are going to scratch and fade. And great thing is you've got GMT bezel and GMT hand, so you can track 1 or 2 additional time zones. Very handy if you are a world traveler like myself, or perhaps you've got friends or business interests in other parts of the world. And at just under $1,400, expensive, yes, but you are getting an absolutely fantastic build of a watch that will last you for the rest of your life. Seek, welcome in. Whoa, nice though, yeah. Now, I do want to show these off. Christopher Ward has the unique distinction of manufacturing watches that are officially approved by His Majesty's Armed Forces. And they have watches for each of the different branches of service. They have this really affordable version here, the C63 Valor, which is a tribute to the British Army, the Royal Navy, and the RAF. You can see that reflected in the small seconds and millisecond dials of this chronograph here. It's got the 3 seals in the back. Quartz powered, so you don't have to worry about it winding down. Super accurate. 39mm will fit most wrists. MOD approved. Reverse panda dial. Just looks ever so smart. This one is my personal favorite out of all of their military watches, and that is the C65 Sandhurst. Modeled after a Smith's W10. And it carries on the back the badge of the British Army. It is chronometer certified, so it's a super accurate automatic mechanical movement. I've always loved the old design of the Smith's W10. And this is really one of those watches that you see it, you can... It's got quick release on the bracelet, so you can swap out and have like a leather or even like a tropic rubber strap or something like that. It really is one of those sort of one-and-done type watches. So if you're looking for something that's really extra special this Christmas for the gentleman in your life, and you want something that's really good, highly versatile, can be dressed up with a suit or dressed down in more casual clothes, I would strongly suggest the Sandhurst. It's equipped with a Sellita SW200 cost-certified Swiss-made automatic movement. Highly accurate. It just... This remains kind of one of my grail watches, really. I love it so, and I've really got to have it, and I'm strongly considering buying this one fairly soon. Enrique, welcome in. For military watches, I also look a lot at Hamilton. Yes, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's go over to... Let's go over to the Hamilton website. Really cool retro digital watches that they have. But this is the one that Hamilton has been on an absolute tear with lately, and that is the Murph. You may have seen Matthew McConaughey wearing this type of watch in the movie Interstellar. That was a one-off prototype that Hamilton made for the production. People became absolutely obsessed with it and kept writing to Hamilton saying, "Where is this watch? We want to buy this watch." Hamilton said, "We're getting so much mail about this, we'd better make the watch." So they did. They first made it in I think a 42 millimeter or something like that. And now they've come out with a smaller 38 millimeter for most wrists. Available in a bracelet, also available with a leather strap. Just elegant, simple, effective. Again, a fine example of a sort of one-and-done watch that you can just put it on, and that's it. How you doing, Lord Rex? Doing all right, Enrique. How you doing? Other fine watches from the Hamilton stable. The Khaki Field Quartz in 38 millimeter. They also have it available in a 33 millimeter. For years, outlets like L.O. Bean would have these watches in their catalogs. And at $395, you have a just incredibly effective and just really good casual type watch that will just suit most instances, most occasions. Turning back to Christopher Ward, I want to get through all of these really quickly. We've got the Limpstone for the Royal Marines, the Colchester for the Parachute Regiment. We've got the Cranwell, an aviator-style watch, approved by the RAF. Beautiful design here. Lovely details. Oh, I love the blue loom. Oh, that's exquisite. We're close to ending the year, so it's time to look back at what happened in the past and start again in 2025, but better. Yes, absolutely. Ah, with the seal of the RAF on the back. Love it. Automatic movement. Chronometer certified. Swiss-made movement. And what's interesting, it's called the Cranwell, named after the RAF's training college. I believe Sandhurst, also named after the training college for the British Army. And then, approved by the Royal Navy, the C-65 Dartmouth Series 2. Based upon the 1967 Omega Seamaster 300 Big Triangle, which was also commissioned by the MOD for the Royal Navy. 200 meters of water resistance. Sleater SW200 cost certified movement. Made and assembled in Switzerland. And they've got the crown of the Royal Navy on the back. If you've got someone who is perhaps Navy veteran, or someone who just really likes good dive watches, this is it right here. No date complication or anything like that. Just a really good, solid, accurate movement. Easy to read, elegant, understated type design, with a few little vintage touches here and there. It's excellent. Another fantastic one-and-done watch. We move over to Nevada Gentian and their Super Antarctic. They have these available with a tropic dial, sort of a vintage effect on the markings. This is the classic, the no vintage effect, 369 dial, white luminous, glows green in the dark. Now, you may be seeing this and thinking, your lordship, that looks suspiciously like a Rolex Explorer. Well, you'd be right, because the Nevada Super Antarctic came out around the same time as the Rolex Explorer, and they all just sort of borrowed from each other's designs. But, whereas a Rolex Explorer could be $5,000–$10,000 these days, on a flat link bracelet, the Nevada is $1,045. Expensive, yes, but another fine example of a one-and-done type watch. Quick release, bracelet. They also sell a variety of different quick release leather straps, including these racing straps, which I think just look so smart. It looks good dressed up, looks good dressed down, looks good on all occasions. You can see why both Ian Fleming and the character he created, James Bond, opted for this style of watch. It just goes good with everything. Let me see if I can find... Yeah, here's an example of the Nevada on a racing strap. They call it a racing strap because it's got all these ventilated holes on it. Racing drivers would wear watches with these types of straps on them. Kind of let the wrist breathe a little bit. But gosh, it just looks ever so smart. Love it. Budget options? The Timex Expedition Field Post Solar in 36mm with an eco-friendly leather strap. Water resistant to 100 meters. Easily legible dial. Also keeps track of 12-hour and 24-hour time. And unlike a lot of the items we've seen so far, this one is $169. Much more attainable. 36mm, it'll fit most wrists, though probably better if you tend towards a smaller wrist. But what's so cool, quick release on the leather strap. And I believe they are 20mm straps, so this is what's known as a strap monster in the watch world, which means you can swap it out with an just endless amount of different types of straps. There's also the Deepwater Reef 200 GMT, a 41mm stainless steel watch. It's got a quartz movement on it, it's water resistant to 200 meters, and it's got a DMT complication as well as a date function. Amazing looking watch. It's also got quick release on the bracelet, so you can swap it out with leather or rubber straps if you like. It's quartz, so you may only have to swap out a battery maybe, I don't know, every 5-10 years. Super accurate. And allows you to track a second time zone with the GMT function. While I'm thinking about it, let me show you something I'm quite fond of. The Casio Royale. SKX Mod has a specialty modified build with an all stainless steel casing, improved backlight, sapphire crystal, and still maintains 100 meters of water resistance. $230. All digital, allows you to track 4 different time zones at once. Also has timer, stopwatch, alarms. You can keep up to 5 in there. An absolutely amazing traveler's watch with a 10-year battery life. $230. Fantastic buy. Can't recommend it enough. I would also say if you're in the market for it, look at a Casio, especially the all stainless steel variety. Really good prices on these at SKX Mod. Going slightly upmarket. Classic design is the Rolex Presidential Day Date. Shows you not only the date of the month, but also the day of the week, and keeps track of time throughout the day. That can run as high as sometimes $50,000 to $100,000. We turn to a small family-owned company called Titoni. For just under $1,300, they've got the Titoni Cosmo King. An absolutely beautiful watch with all of the features that you would expect and love on the Rolex. In a much more affordable form. Stainless steel, 40mm, sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. Automatic ETA off-the-shelf movement. Beautiful. I'd go for this any day over a Rolex. If you're looking for an homage of sorts, consider San Martin. They have Rolex Explorer homages available for $198 with different variations on the dials. They also have their own more unique designs here. We've got an automatic GMT movement with 100 meters of water resistance, $303. They're not made in Switzerland. These are assembled in China. Hence the lower price point. But if you're on a tight budget, consider one of these. This is an homage to the Coke bezel Tudor Black Bay GMT. Looks fairly similar. Big difference is it's got the San Martin logo on it rather than Tudor. These are usually fitted with a Seiko NH34, 35 or 36 movement. Very easily serviceable movement. That's $282. Less than $300 for an elegant and highly functional GMT watch. Very accessible, I would say. They've also got other types of Tudor dive watch homages. And then they've also got these over here. This is a San Martin homage to a Longines Spirit Zulu time. It's Longines' version of a GMT diver's watch. $249. Available in a green bezel, black bezel, or solid blue bezel. I'm quite fond of the blue bezel myself. Fantastic price point for this. Would choose this over the Longines any day. This one is an homage to an Omega. $204. Available in blue and white, or black. They're currently sold out now, but they've also got the white and the green. Definitely one of those that you could consider a one-and-done type watch. Goes good with anything. Now, you ladies may think that you've got some sort of monopoly on enjoying being pampered. We men love being pampered as well. We love to look good. We also love to smell good. Something that's a bit of a tradition in my family is most of us can expect to receive a bottle of cologne or perfume at Christmas time. If you're looking for good classic scents for the gentleman in your life, really good place to start would be Royal Lime of Bermuda. They are based out in the Caribbean, and this is the one that started it all. Royal Lime. A blend of fragrance of West Indian limes, citrus and white floral essential oils. A little bit of tonka bean, patchouli, and musk. It really is an excellent fragrance. And you can get 2 ounces of the stuff for about $35. Which makes it a perfect travel size, TSA compliant. It's just wonderful. The late Prince Philip actually preferred a fragrance of West Indian limes, though his choice was not Royal Lime, he preferred Truefit and Hill. We'll get to that in just a moment. Here's one that I've been wearing for most of this year, Royal Yacht. This one is excellent as an evening fragrance or something for more elegant occasions. Royal Vetiver Noir. You've also got Royal Rugby. If you're a fan of, say, the old-style fragrances of, like, Polo Ralph Lauren, or Polo Green, as it were, you'll like Royal Rugby. And it's cheaper than Polo, and it's got better ingredients, too. Too many of the major brand names tend to put in a lot of nasty chemicals into their blends of colognes and perfumes. Royal Lime of Bermuda tends to keep it simpler. Less of the bad stuff and more of the good stuff. They've also got classic scents like Royal Bay Rum, Musk, Spice, which is a blend of pimento, lemon, black peppercorn, nutmeg, cinnamon amber, and musk, and cloves. And then you've also got Royal Mandarin. Scents of mandarin, navel orange, orange blossoms, neroli, tonka bean, patchouli, dark woods, and musk. For those who radiate positive energy. Just like me. They've also got a Royal Lime scented candle. $18 for that one. If you're not sure which one you might like, so you want a sampling, you can either go with the Heritage Collection, which has got lime, musk, spice, and bay rum, or there's the Modern Collection, which has got lime, yacht, vetiver noir, and rugby. They also have a variety of body soaps as well. Actually, no, they've got lime and they've got rugby. To make yourself really feel pampered, men, nothing beats a good shave. Now, I'm quite fond of the shaving products by Taylor of Old Bond Street. I was actually fortunate enough to go inside their shop on Bond Street in London. They've got classic style shaving cream, shaving brushes. They've got old style safety razors, and they've also got straight razors and Gillette Mach 3 Infusion. I prefer Fusion myself because of that trimmer on the other side. Helps keep everything neat and tidy. Their shaving creams feel fantastic and make it so easy to shave in the morning, especially when you make use of one of their shaving brushes. They've got these exquisite sets here. I would personally recommend going with Gillette Fusion myself. This right here is the set that I have in my bathroom. This is what I use in black. Bit pricey, but when you take care of them really well, it will last you for years and years and years. Which reminds me, I do need to order some more shaving cream fairly soon. They've also got lovely, lovely fragrances. Mr. Taylor, really good all-around cologne. Eton College for a more youthful type scent. The St. James Collection for those special occasions. Number 74 is Taylor's take on Victorian lime, or on West Indian lime, rather. They've also got a collection of sandalwood, shaving cream, pre-shave oil. They also have a sandalwood fragrance that is perfection. There's also fragrances for Royal Forest and Tobacco Leaf. And all of these you can find on Amazon for about $50 or less a bottle. And you get just under 3.5 About 3.3 or 3.4 fluid ounces, or about 100 milliliters. I mean, there are some designer brand fragrances that you're not walking out the door without spending at least $100 on a small bottle. Personally, I'd rather have an old school style fragrance. Something simpler, made from better ingredients. Not as many or none of those nasty chemicals like what you see with the designer brands. From a shop and a brand that appreciates me and respects me as a man. You get that with Taylor of Old Bond Street. If you've got a little bit of extra money, I would say turn to Truefit and Hill. Their shaving brush and razor sets are more expensive, but you are paying for quality. And their fragrances, they've got quite a variety. Again, you got a little extra money lying around to spend. The Travel Cologne gift set of 1805, Sandalwood and Apsley. Very nice. Also get this lovely Union Jack box. Though, if you're willing to forego the box, you can get the same travel set. Actually, not the same set, but you can get one of the bottles for $62. If you're not sure which one you like, I would say get a sample pack. Start with a sample pack, find one that you like, and then order accordingly. Grafton is good, Trafalgar's really good, Sandalwood, yes, love Sandalwood. And this right here, West Indian Limes, the cologne of choice for the late Prince Philip. And those, chat, are just a few of my favorite things. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you have any thoughts, questions, or ideas for future videos, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. You can also follow me on Twitter @LordRexworth for more updates and behind-the-scenes content. And if you want to support the channel, check out my Ko-fi or Throne pages. Links are in the description. Finally, be sure to visit LordRexworth.com and follow me across all platforms. That's LordRexworth.com. Until next time, I wish you all the best, and God bless.